Hello everyone and welcome to my beginner's guide, level 1 to 80 for crafters and gatherers, and then to 50 million gil. So you will see throughout the guide that it's made before patch 5.2 where innovation and ingenuity skills were different. They revamped it after patch 5.2. So what you can do during the guide is just replace ingenuity with veneration. It's just that veneration has 4 steps instead of 5 that ingenuity had. To get around that, you just pop innovation before veneration, so you can get all the 4 steps out of it if you need more progress than quality. So you can still use all the macros provided in the guide. Just replace ingenuity with veneration, and maybe just if there is innovation coming before ingenuity, just do innovation and then veneration. Just replace those in the macro and you should be fine. If not fine, it still doesn't finish the progress part of the craft. Just replace one touch with synthesis instead and make it up for it with HQ mats. It should still work like that. You can just tweak around with the macros and make it work. Because of one skill change, I didn't feel like making a new character and remaking the whole guide from the beginning. I hope you can understand that. So it's just I wanted to mention that. But I did remake the macros for level 70 Ishgard and then the fresh level 80 macros. So those won't be a problem. But I hope you can manage yourself with the other macros. So apologies in advance, but stuff happens and I hope you're still able to enjoy the guide and find it helpful. So without further ado, let's start it. Hello everyone and welcome to my beginner's crafting and gathering guide. In this guide I'm going to cover level 1 to 80 for all classes, showing you the best ways to level up, make gil and be self-sufficient along the way, rotations and all that good stuff. As you can see, this is a fresh character I've made for the purpose of this guide. Not even any classes unlocked yet, and only 6 gay gil to my name on this character. So I'm going to show you how we become a master omni crafter from Sprout. And the first step is obviously to unlock the classes. Each of the main cities have some of the crafting and gathering classes. Let's start with Ulda. And this is the Weaver's Guild. You just talk to the NPC here. All these quest icons that are colored blue, it means you're unlocking a feature in the game. So keep that in mind. If you see any quest, it's worth checking out like that, even if it's not for crafting and gathering. So you just talk to all of the guild receptionists. They talk to you a bit, then they hand you a quest. You just go hand in the quest. Also, I want to mention I've started this character on a preferred server. Preferred servers have this buff called the Road to 70. Experience earned while below level 70 is dramatically increased. So if you're a new character, or a new player or you're making a new character, I suggest starting your character in one of these preferred vaults. For Europe, it's the one on Light Data Center is Twintania server, which is the one I am on. And we also have made an FC, so feel free to join if you want. Just send me a PM in game or add me. You can see my character name on screen here. On Chaos Data Center it's Spriggan, but I'm not sure about the NA servers. They probably have it too. You prepared to suffer? Yes! No, it's not suffering. I really enjoy leveling, crafting and gathering. And they give you a tool to start with and some shards. Okay, just equip the main tool. And for every class you unlock, make a new gear set. You just go to gear set list, go to the plus and click on it, or press on it on the PS4. And there is this button, recommended gear. It just does that automatically for you. If you have collector's editions of the game, you may have some items that increase experience gained. This one is for experience gained below level 10 by 20%. This Moogle hat is from the Round Ribbon collector's edition, so I equip that for some extra XP. And you save the gear set, so you can change to it later. You can also add your gear sets to your hotbar, so you don't have to go to the menu to equip them. And in the crafting guilds, you also have a guild supplier, which you can buy materials really cheap. And these materials will last you until level 15 recipes. If we go to the crafting log, we can see all the recipes that you can craft. There is also material supplier in the marketplaces in each of the main cities that provide even different kind of materials. So when you're crafting, especially these early recipes, if you see a material the guild supplier doesn't have, don't buy it on the market board, just check those vendors first. Or check the online Gamer Escape has, or Garland tools have all data on items. So just to show you what we start with, we just unlocked the class. Now we can accept the level 1 quest. That's the first thing you should do for every guild you unlock. He needs a spindle of hempen yarn. We can buy the materials for that. We can buy mako grass, really cheap. And the game kinda tries to teach you crafting as well, but I'm not gonna just show any of that. I'm just gonna explain everything to you myself. So when we unlock crafting, level 1 is basic synthesis. You can't do anything else but try to finish a craft normal quality. You have a progress bar and a quality bar. For now we can only increase the progress bar. If you get a craft high quality, I was trying to extend this so you see. Alright, so if you get a high quality stuff have higher stats basically, so they're more relevant, they're more useful. But at the beginning don't worry about high quality, just try to craft and gain experience. Just use basic synthesis. And this new crafting window just added in Heavensward. Sorry, not Heavensward, I'm in Shadowbringers. It's really nice. It tells you the efficiency of progress increased. It tells me it's at 100%, which is basic synthesis is at 100% efficiency. It will increase my progress by 7. It tells you that on the window. So you know how many successful basic synthesis it will take to finish the craft. Also worth mentioning, just use any food. It doesn't matter which food, just use any food because it gives you a 3% XP boost. So just craft a hempen yarn for the guild master. And done. Already level 4. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat this for all of the crafting guilds. I'm gonna unlock all of them. Weaver, Goldsmith and Alchemist are in Ul'dah. Culinarian, Armorer, Blacksmith is in Limsa. Carpenter, Leatherworker is in Gridania. And obviously we cannot craft efficiently without having access to gatherers, so we can gather our own materials, the ones we can't buy from vendors. So we also have to unlock gatherers and level them in sync with our crafters. Crafting and gathering goes hand in hand. I guess you could gather without crafting, you could still be a gatherer and make gil, but you can't be a crafter without being able to gather. We won't be efficient in it. You can, but it won't be optimal. You will get ripped off with materials on the market board. So it's always best to being able to gather your own materials, and that's why I'm going to show you alongside how we do all of them. So unlock all 3 gathering classes as well. Miner is in Ulda, Botanist is in Gridania, and Fisher is in Limsa. Same thing with the gatherers, you just start with the level 1 quest. Let's not forget about unlocking retainers as well. You can unlock retainers once you've done the level 17 main story quest Science of the 7th Dawn. You come to any of the retainer vocates in any of the major cities. You can have 2 retainers for free, but if you want more retainers you need to pay. You do it on the mock station, additional retainer service, and you can get additional retainer $2 per retainer for every month. If you can afford it, I highly recommend to do as many as possible, at least until you level up. Now, while I was doing the expansion, I subbed to 7 retainers, 7 extra retainers, so just to increase my Gil Making. But I'm not always sub to 7 additional retainers, it's too expensive, so only like specific times when a new expansion comes out or something. So you can load character appearance data from your previous character creations and just make them a retainer, it doesn't matter. The thing is how important is the retainer appearance for you, so you can, if you want to spend time making nice characters as retainers. You can change personality, it doesn't affect anything gameplay, it's just for like conversations purposes. And you can give them a name, just call them Gil 1, Gil 2, Gil 3 and so on. Because I really don't have any names in mind right now. They're just Gil for me. Oh, I can't? Someone else took those names? Oh well. We can say my character name and then 1. Irina 1, Irina 2 and so on. Doesn't matter. Just for the sake of finishing this guide faster, you absolutely don't have to have this many retainers. But just for the sake of doing the guide, I'm gonna do all of the 9 I paid for anyway. But if you have at least your 2 retainers, I think it should be fine. Especially at the beginning, it doesn't matter that much. And one of the other goals for this guide is to, once we reach level 80 in the guide, is to make at least 50 million gil. So having these extra retainers will help me show you that it can be helpful, having retainers. Because retainers later on go on ventures, you can have them bring materials for you, for your crafting. That's why, not only for the retainers inventory space, but for the retainer ventures, they bring a lot of materials for you. Once you've unlocked your retainers, come to Limsa Lominsa near the Aetherite. You can find this trouble adventurer. Now we can do this quest and unlock retainer ventures. What retainer ventures are is that you assign each retainer to a class, and depending on their class they can bring different materials for you. You can make them miner, botanist, fisher, or a battle job. the most important is battle jobs, because farming monsters can be really tedious for materials. So it's highly recommended you have at least 2 retainers that are battle job specific, because when it comes to gathering you can do that yourself easily, but for farming monsters it's really tedious in my opinion. So that's what I would do instead. So if you have 4 retainers, which is, I think you can afford, the average person could afford at least 2 additional retainers. So make 2 of them battle jobs and 1 miner and 1 botanist. Fisher is decent, but it's not as important as miner and botanist. So if you can't afford 5 retainers, you can do it like that. Or if you do 3 retainers, then do 2 battle jobs and 1 miner, for example. So with that quest out of the way, now we can assign retainer class. Just go to the retainer, assign class. Let's make this one Thamutarch, since that's our main job on this character, main battle job. So to get them tools, they need to have at least 1 equipment, main hand equipment, to be able to go on venture. So you just come here to this side, well yeah, for the disciple of hand and land tool. Go to the disciple of land, level 1 tools. We're gonna make miners and botanists, so by level 1. Main hand, same for botanist. And 1 fisher. Also, it costs only 74 gil, but most people don't do research and they don't know that you can buy them so cheap here. So you can just put up these tools on the market board and sell them for higher price. Like for example the miner tool. See, the sale history, people have bought it for 10,000 gil. So we can already start making gil with the retainers hired. Let's put up 1 of each, botanist and miner. And fisher. So that's how you put up items to sell on the market board. You can check how much they are going for right now, and you can check the sell history, how much people have paid for certain items, so you can kind of determine your price from there. You come to the Battlecraft Supplier, Disciple of Magic Gear, level 1 to 9. Actually, this one in Limsa doesn't sell Thamutarch weapons. You have to go to the one in Ulda, the Battlecraft Supplier in Ulda, for Thamutarch gear. But I can just show you an example, at least level 1 to 9. Never mind, they do sell it, nice. Okay, buy a level 1 Thamutarch main hand. And just equip your retainer with it. It's really important to have your retainer start going on ventures so you can level them up right away. You equip that, and now they can undertake venture. You go to assign venture. First, there are 2 types of ventures at level 1, hunting and field exploration. Hunting takes 1 hour, field exploration takes 18 hours. Obviously the 18 hours gives more experience as it's longer. Do the 18 hour before you go to bed at night. So that's the most efficient way. While you are playing the game, keep doing the 1 hour one once. And each retainer costs 1 venture, hunting once, and fieldcraft costs 2 ventures. To get ventures, we can get it with Grand Company seals, and farming Grand Company seals, I will get into that later in a bit. Once we start unlocking all classes, I will tell you about it. And at level 10 we will unlock quick ventures. Quick ventures, they bring out random materials or items. They bring random items for you, and depending on luck, they can bring really expensive stuff, and when they do bring expensive stuff, you get a lot of experience. So some people prefer to use quick ventures for leveling up, but I would do hunting if you need the specific materials. Otherwise, do quick venture. So I'm gonna assign my retainer classes and send them all to ventures, and then continue unlocking the rest of the crafters and gatherers. For miner, botanist, and fisher retainers though, it's worth mentioning that you have to unlock the nodes before you are able to have retainers bring them back for you. For example, wind shard, I need to gather at least one of it before retainers can bring it. You see, I just gathered wind shard, and if you go to your gathering log, wind shard, there is a check mark on it now, meaning I unlocked it. So be sure to unlock all of the items that you want first with your main character, so that retainers can bring it. Also, there is an achievement related to unlocking every single data in your gathering log. For example, if we go to miner, for 150 unique items as miner, you will get this pickaxe at level that you can use at level 60. It's gold, but it doesn't show gold until you start gathering. Just an example of how it can benefit you to unlock everything. And plus, you will get bonus experience when you unlock a new item. And just to quickly go over how gathering with botanist and miner work in this game, in case some of you are totally new to the game. Once you unlock the class, you go to your gathering log. For example, latex, it says it's found in Central Shroud and North Shroud at a level 5 node. So what you do is use this ability called Triangulate. Make it available so that you can see the nodes. And now you can see the nodes on the mini-map. Not on the big map, but on the mini-map. If you don't have Triangulate up, you won't see anything. So now you can go and gather. Just make sure to gather everything at least once for bonus XP. The level 1 quest needs these latexes, so get 10 of them. And you just go in between all of these nodes and just gather them. And if you can't find the nodes at level 3, you will learn Arbor Call. Miner has a counter ability that is the same. So you just use it and it tells you on the mini-map where the nearest node is. So you can find it easily like that. And after you gather from one node, it will respawn once you finish 2 other different nodes. Like once I gather from these 2, the one I just gathered from will respawn. So you can just endlessly gather from node to node. Fisher works a bit differently. You will not actually know where to find what fish unless an NPC gives you a hint. But we have a website called FF14 Angler. You can just type in the fish name and it will tell you what bait to use, where to catch it, and so on. So for the first fishing quest, we need to catch Lominsian anchovies, and the NPC gave us this bait for it. I think we just catch it near the fishing guild itself. So each fish have different animations when it comes to the fishing rod. Some fish makes the fishing rod tug a little, like vibrate a little bit, like that. medium fish makes the fishing rod kinda shake a little bit more, and large fish makes your fishing rod bend all over the way down. So you can determine which type of fish you are before even hooking it. And each fish takes a different amount of seconds before the fishing rod starts to tug. So we just caught the Lominsian anchovy. We just need 5 of them for the quest. So this way you can know which fish you are catching. So you can save time by not using hook on the ones that you don't want. Wow, easy peasy. That's the second one. So you just use the cast ability to cast your rod near a fishing spot. And when the animation happens on your fishing rod, you can use hook. And you can use this cast light to see your fishing rod, so you can see easier when it starts biting. And for controller players, you can have your controller vibrate when a fish bites. So you can like watch Netflix or something while fishing and it will just vibrate and you just press hook. For simple fishing, obviously later fish requires different ability setups, so you can catch it easier. We will get into that later. But fishing is can be really chill, like I really enjoy it sometimes. The game has amazing graphics, so fishing can be really joyful. So for this particular fishing hole, it's only small fish, so I can't show off the large tug or medium tug, but we will get into that later. When you use FF14 Angler though, make sure you disable add block site-wide, otherwise it doesn't work. With all of the crafters and gatherers unlocked, it's time to do the Grand Company dailies. They are daily hand-ins that you can do. They give you insane amount of experience. Yeah, you go to timers under duty, next mission allowance, and you see what you need to do for each crafter and gatherer class. And sometimes you see star on some of them. Star means you get double the rewards. And if you hand in high quality, that's double again, so it's quadruple the rewards if you hand in HQ on star. It's insane amount of experience. And I got some HQ latex just to show that off. But don't worry about HQ yet, because at the beginning it's really almost impossible to HQ stuff anyway, so just hand in NQ for the first few levels. And it will also say when these reset. Time remaining 6 hours 1 minutes. So you can see when they reset as well. So you go to whichever Grand Company you are assigned to. For me it's Ulda. Undertake supply and provisioning missions, and you just hand them in. And you also get Grand Company seals as a reward. Not much at the beginning, but they will increase rapidly later on. And there is a challenge log for them as well, that you can get 1000. Also, this is a good way to supply enough Grand Company seals to unlock your mount if you're a new player. Let's go on Botanist. I'm level 3 and I'm gonna hand in the HQ latex. Let's see how many levels I'll gain. This is gonna be insane. Bam! 2 levels gained. Okay, I got 1000 flame seals for the challenge log. Awesome. And we can buy ventures with the seals we just got. Since we already already unlocked the mount. After you unlock the mount, you can just spend your Grand Company seals on ventures, so you can send your retainers. 11 ventures, yes. Make sure you do these every reset. And later on we also do HQ for star at least. It's a must. If you can HQ, it's a must for star. It's really insane boost. So as most of you already know, I was already up to level 50 in this guide. And then the patch 5.1 changes to the crafting abilities happened. So basically what that means is that all of the rotation I showed up to level 50 in the guide are no longer relevant anymore, so I have to redo them. So what I'm gonna do is, I am on a new character. I'm just going to show you all the rotations from level 1 to 50, and then from level 50 I will continue with my progress on the character I was already using for the guide. So I'll keep the old footage in for the guide, but any rotation footage I'm gonna redo. So I'm just going to go through all of the crafting levels up to 50. Alright, so let's start. So now we are level 1 obviously. Start with basic synthesis, which is 100% now. It used to have a chance to fail. And every class have now all abilities that you need, so you don't need to worry about leveling a certain crafter to unlock cross-class abilities. Every crafter get the same abilities now, so that's a good thing for people who only want to focus on one class. But I would still recommend leveling all crafting classes in sync, because you will need to craft materials. For example, on Weaver you will eventually need leather in your recipes, right? Right here, for example, you need hard leather. So it's nice to have leather worker leveled as well, to be able to craft your own leather for your weaver, if you know what I mean. So it's up to you, but I highly recommend that you level all crafters anyway, so you don't have to buy materials. But it's up to you. If you wanna just focus on one class, you can absolutely do it now, after the changes they made to the crafting system. Anyways, so the first step here is just basically go through all your recipes now. Just craft them for the first time, you get a huge experience bonus. Also, I've heard from other players that you get huge XP boost as well. So it's much quicker and easier to level up now. So I'm just gonna go through all these recipes while doing the crafting quest for the class up to level 10. That's the first step. Every guild supplier have their own materials. So Weaver have materials from Weaver that you need up to level 15. Alternatively, if you have a friend that have a house, ask them to add you to their house so you can use their NPCs. Having access to the NPCs inside house, it's really good. There's so many materials you have access to, so you don't have to even be in the guild itself. So if you have a friend, or if your FC have a house already, that is also great. If you don't have a FC, feel free to join our FC. We have one in Cerberus server and one in Light. So if you're a new character in those servers, you can feel free to join us. If you want to use our house for the NPCs, like right here, you can buy lumber, metal, stone, etc. You can buy all the materials you need for really cheap price. So you can go through all those beginner recipes really quickly and level up really quickly. And then you have clothes, regions, and so on. And then cooking materials as well. So I'm just gonna get through all these recipes. All you need to do is really do basic synthesis and do that up to level 10. That's the first step. Alright, just hit level 10. Be sure to keep updated with your class quest and try to always update your gear as you level up as well. Weaver crafts most of the left side gear. And come to the Culinarian NPC in any of the main cities. You can buy these Frumenties which give you extra CP. Not only food buff increase XP gain by 3%, it will also give you extra stats to help you. In this case 10 more CP is nice. Since our chess piece is still level 1, let's craft level 9 chess piece. And let's try to craft it high quality. So now we can try to high quality. So when you craft you have a progress bar and quality bar. Certain abilities increase your quality bar. The more you increase it, the most chance you have to HQ it. Right now is 1%. And if you use high quality materials, you start off with some percentage of the HQ bar as well. Alright, let's go through the abilities we have learned. So basic touch costs 80 CP and increases your quality at efficiency of 100%. Master's Mint restores your durability by 30. Hasty Touch increases quality. It doesn't cost any CP, but success rate is only 60%, so it can fail. And Rapid Synth increases progress by a lot and is 0 CP cost, but it's only 50% success rate. And Inner Quiet is really good because if you have Inner Quiet up for every successful Hasty Touch or Basic Touch, the next quality gain will increase. So the more stacks you have of Inner Quiet, the more quality you increase per Hasty Touch or Basic Touch. So if you're aiming for high quality, always do Inner Quiet your first ability. And even if you're not aiming for HQ, you should try to increase the HQ bar anyway, because the more you increase the HQ bar, the more XP bonus you gain. So always try to increase it, even if your goal is not get HQ. Since you're leveling up, you need extra XP. Alright, so we start off with Inner Quiet always. And let me put Hasty Touch on the right position on my hotbar. Alright. So, as a rule of thumb, always increase your progress in a way so that you're only one basic touch away. Basic synthesis away from finishing the craft, so that you leave 10 durability and you work on quality and then you finish the craft. So I always do basic synth until I'm one basic synth away from finishing it. So in this case it's 19 progress per basic synth. So if I do another one, it will not finish the craft. Let's do one. Always be one away and then work on quality, so you don't accidentally leave out any durability, you know. And then you spam Hasty Touch. Well, 3 Hasty Touches. It's only 60% rate, as you know. And then you use Master's Mint to restore durability. And now we have enough CP left to do Basic Touches. Basic Touch is like Hasty Touch, but 100% success rate. Oh, I could have actually done another Basic Touch to increase the quality. And now we're only 10 durability away, so we finished the craft. There we go. So I could have been more efficient with that. Let's try something else. Let's try this headpiece right here. Just to show you the rotation again, so you get familiar with it a little bit more. So always Inner Quiet first. and then be 1 synth away from finishing the craft, so you don't forget. Alright, and then we work on quality now. So last time we did 3 hasty touches, right? But we found out that we could have done 2 hasty touch and 4 basic touch instead. So we do 2 hasty touches, and then 4. Well, do 1 basic, then do Master's Mint to restore the durability, and then we do 3 basic touches. And then finish the craft with the basic synth. So do this rotation until level 15. At level 15 we will get new abilities, and I will go through them with you. Alright, so just hit level 16 and updated my gear as well. I'm using this Bat Fang needle. That's why I also recommended leveling other crafters alongside. Don't just focus on one class, because you can craft your own gear for your own crafters. So you can craft this Bat Fang needle as goldsmith and these 3 accessories, so you get more CP as well. And using some of gear that I got the build from the class quest, but you can craft it too. So this is the gear I'm using. Level 15 for the 3 first pieces. That belt. Level 15 pants. And still using level 5 boots. So you can craft your own. I'm gonna do this gear until level 20 or 21 even maybe. Alright, so that's the gear out of the way. And let's go through the new ability. So we just got Observe. Observe is just skipping a turn just to observe and see if you get good or excellent condition. Good and excellent are good for reasons, because that's when our next ability comes in. If you get good condition or excellent and you use Tricks of the Trade, you get 20 CP back. Or you can use Basic Touch. Basic Touch efficiency increases from 100% to 150 under good. And it will increase to 200% under excellent. So it increases by a lot. Or was it 400? Anyway, I may be doing the math wrong, but basically Basic Touch doubles in effect with good condition and quadruples in effect times 4 under excellent. Alright. So let's do this level 20 recipe as level 16. As usual, we always start with Inner Quiet. And now we also have a new ability called Waste Not, which we will use. It reduces the durability loss, so we get many more abilities in per craft. And Ingenuity increases the effectiveness of touch and synthesis. Usually leave this for the last 5 turns at the end of the craft. We just got a Tricks of the Trade. Let's use it. So we got 20 CP back. Basically the 18 CP we used for Inner Quiet, we got it back. Then you use Waste Not. And then 2 basic synthesis. I know that the last basic synthesis will be enough to finish the craft if I have Ingenuity active. So I'll be sure to have enough CP left for an Ingenuity at the end, or have an Ingenuity stack. And then we do Hasty Touches. You can use the Tricks of the Trade, get CP back again, but only do 1 under Waste Not more, because we wanna have the number be 5 at the end for durability remaining. That way we will get 1 extra durability, because it will be 5 remaining at the end. And even if you don't have Waste Not available, we can still use that 5 durability remaining to do our last basic synthesis. Alright, so let's continue to another Waste Not. I just need to have enough CP left to do Ingenuity at the end. So what I would like to do here is do hasty touches. Here, just 4 hasty touches to use the waste knot effectively. And once that is over, I can now do Ingenuity and do 3 basic touches. Well, we could have used more basic touches under the second waste knot actually. Now that I think of it, we got so much spare CP now. Anyways, so now I know that it will finish the craft, the last basic synthesis. We had 72 CP to spare, and we high quality the item. So let's do it better next time. So inner quiet. Now, granted, I got lucky with the tricks of the trade. That's why I also have that much CP remaining, but I should use it better. Waste knot. 2 basic synthesis. We got good condition. We can use one of them to tricks of the trade. Well, if you get multiple good conditions, we can use basic touch to get even more quality. If it's good condition and you want to use a touch, be sure it's basic touch if you have CP, so you guaranteed the touch hits under that good condition or excellent. Alright. Let's refresh waste knot. We got good condition. Let's use 1 basic touch. And then hasty touches, 3 hasty touches. Well, we got another good condition, so we can do basic touch instead of hasty, so we get more quality. And another basic touch. Okay, now we want to use Ingenuity. We have enough CP for 2 basic touches. Actually 3 exactly, nice. So do another one, and then basic synth to finish the craft. So now you get an idea of the rotation until level 20. We can also make this into a macro, so you just use it to gain experience. If your goal is to HQ a piece of gear, don't do macro. Do this rotation I showed you. But if you want to have the option to just hit a macro to gain experience to level up, I will make a macro now and we'll share it. Alright, I just made the macro. Link for it will be in the video description, so you can copy paste it if you are on PC. On PS4 you have to type it with a keyboard or with your controller. Unfortunately it's tedious on PS4. So you just press the macro and have it go automatically. I only recommend using this if you're just farming XP to level up. If you want to HQ a piece of gear, just do the rotation like I showed you. Because for every tricks of the trade you can change one of these hasty touches to basic touch, which increases your chance to HQ by a lot. But if you just want XP, you just press this and you're good to go. I have my website where I post all of the macros. I will link it in the video description. This is level 16 to 20 macro. So you can start using this as soon as you hit 60, as long as you have this craftsmanship and control and at least 226 CP. So just be sure to have these 3 accessories crafted for yourself. Have the level 15 offhand you get from the level 15 class quest. Craft a bat fang needle as goldsmith and craft the rest of the left side as weaver and leather worker. As long as you have this, you should be fine. You just either follow the rotation or the macro. For the Beasttribe quest crafts, it's the same concept, just do the rotation and you will be good. While we're on the topic of accessing really good vendors for crafting materials, it is time to unlock All the Realm Reborn. Beasttribe, they have vendors that sell really good materials. But that's gonna wait for the next part, and we're also going to unlock the Exile Beasttribe, which is a crafting Beasttribe. Gives you insane amount of experience to level your crafters. Once you've done level 41 main story quests, you can come to Gridania in the Twin Adders, the Grand Company. And Serpent Lieutenant will give you this quest to unlock the Exile Beasttribe. Once you finish that quest, you can now accept the first Exile quest as you need to be a crafter as a crafter. Otherwise you can't accept the quest. Alright, and the quest giver will give you a material to craft with, and in order to craft Exile quests, things for Exile quests, you have to equip the Exile wrist gloves. So be sure to equip that, otherwise you can't. And just go to Beasttribe quests under your recipes, and there you will find it. The first ones you don't have to HQ, you just finish the craft. Yeah, once that quest done, now we can accept the daily quests. These quests reset every day around when the roulettes will reset. So you just do them. You have 12 Beasttribe allowances, and I think you can dedicate 3 or 6 to Exile. Let's do it anyway. The quests are similar, the one you just did to unlock it. You just do some errand and you have to craft something at the end of it, so it's really simple. But there is this Exile 9 Municipal. This one is different. This one is like Grand Company Daily. They have you deliver certain things. You go to timers, and there you can see what they want for each class. And if it's star, just like Grand Company, you get extra rewards, XP, and yeah, extra XP. It's just mainly XP here. I happen to already have fish oil, so let's just hand it in. So you just see which one is easier for you to craft, and just focus on that one. Or which class you need the XP for the most, and just do that one. It's totally up to you. You have a lot of options. Okay, so just hand those in, and now we can get it. And you also get ventures, which is nice. Look, that was insane amount of XP just for one daily quest. Alright, those 3 quests are done. Look at the insane XP amount about to gain. And you can hand in quests as any crafter class, which is nice. You can do it with a different crafting class, but you can hand it in with a different one if you want the XP for that one, which is nice. That's one level in one quest. Another level. Almost another level. So, and if you go to character, profile, or was it reputation, sorry. If you go to reputation, you can see Exile, 130 out of 150. So you have a ranking system for each Beasttribe. As you rank up, you get new quests, and you unlock new stuff in the Beasttribe vendor, and all of that stuff. So we need to get to highest rank as soon as possible. Yeah, it's 3 quests per Beasttribe. You can't do more. But there's a trick before you rank up. Once reset, I will show you that. And we can see the... Let's repair actually, yeah. And you can see the vendor. You can purchase items. And Oak notes we get later, yeah. Next is Cobalt Beasttribe. You need to be level 42. Have done the level 42 main scenario quests. And you can unlock it here in Limsa Lominsa. And next is Sylph Beasttribe. You need to have completed level 42 main scenario quest, and you unlock it in the Twin Adders Giridania Grand Company. They sell Velveteens, which is really good, so you don't have to farm Diorite stuff. And next is Almaja Beasttribe. They sell steel ingots, mithril ingots, and so on. And you get it from Swift in Oldas Grand Company. You need to be level 43 and have completed level 43 story quests. And last but not least among the Around Reborn Beasttribes is the Sahagin. Once you've done level 44 main story scenarios, come talk to the Storm Commander in Limsa Lominsa. They sell mainly culinary ingredients. Okay, so it's the next reset for Ixal. As you can see, I'm 130 out of 150. And each quest gives 20. So what you do is hand in one quest just to get the last 20. And then don't hand in the rest yet. There will be the quest available to rank you up to next rank. Doing the quest first, will reset so you don't lose out on the points on these last two quests I already have completed. Plus it will reset so that you will have 3 more quests available right after. Really neat idea to do. Always don't let your reputation points go to waste like this. Again, let's not forget about fishing. So once you hit level 15, you get this trade that lets you fish ocean fishing, and you can just come here to Western Lanosia. You can buy the rat tails from the vendor here near the Aetherite, and we can fish here in the Brewer's Beacon. Just pop a gathering food and just sit and fish for a while. I would suggest until level 20 or 25 would be good. Rat tail, yeah, there we go. And just put on some music, put on like Netflix maybe. I know fishing is probably not for everyone, but it's really good to have it at 80 as well. And if you have rested XP, as you can see, it's really a lot of XP. And that when you get to level 20 Crafter class quest, they will ask you to deliver certain piece of gear with Materia enhanced. To unlock Materia enhancing, you come here to Central Thanalan in the bonfire and talk to this guy for a quest to unlock melding. You can do it at level 19 as soon as you hit level 19 as well, if you don't want to wait for the quest. Now we unlocked Materia assimilation. It's basically converting a piece of gear to get Materia. When you use gear, you gain Spirit Bond, and once it reaches 100% Spirit Bond, you can convert it to get a piece of Materia. Not all gear are convertible, but most are. Crafted gear are convertible. I'll just look for something. Yeah, I'll just convert these pants. Just right click or press square and say convert, and you get Materia. And now we can unlock Materia melding. Talk to Marvelously mutable materia. Same place, talk to this Lalafell. Oh no, that's for Materia transmutation. But I think with those quests we also get Materia melding, right? No, that wasn't it. I guess it's this quest. Oh yeah, it's this. Sorry about that. It just... all of them are level 19, so just unlock all of them. Just to give you a brief for Materia transmutation though, you basically just give 5 random materia and you get a different materia back, sometimes with a higher grade if you're lucky. Okay. And now, once you reach level 25, you can also unlock overmelding, forced materia melding. So how this is working is like you have, with every piece of gear, you have 1 or 2 materia slots, right? But you can meld up to 5 materias total on any piece of gear if they have at least 1 materia slot. But those forced melts above the materia slots are really rare. You have a certain percentage of the chance to meld it. So I'm just gonna buy some random grade 1 materia just to test it for you guys. Grade 1 materia is really expensive for some reason. Let's just buy like a couple of these. Okay, so generally I add the materia melding ability on my hotbar before I access it. Okay. So we meld 2 materia. The guaranteed slots is 100% chance that they go in, right? You need only 1 materia for the level 20 quest, by the way. I'm just showing you this. And now, once you... oh, yeah. Okay, so for that quest we have to meld 8 materia. It can be anything. You can try to get some cheap materia on the market board or just get them yourself. So just do 8 materia for the quest. If you don't have gear to meld to it, just craft something cheap that have materia slots. Okay, so once we meld 8 materia, we can finally hand in the quest, and now we have advanced materia melding. So just to show you how it exactly is, you see this gear, I have 2 materia on the materia slots. I could meld 3 more. That's why I needed to unlock the advanced materia melding. For the first overmelt, we call this overmelt. It's 80% for grade 1 materia to go in. So if you have a 20% chance it could fail and you lose your materia, okay? This one was successful. And then for the 4th one, as you can see, it went to 40%. And so on. And obviously we have up to grade 8 materia right now in the game. And grade 8 on the last slot will be as low as 4. Well, we can't overmeld more than 1 grade 1, but let's say grade 7. Grade 7 on the last slot will be like 5%, something insane like that. Alrighty, just hit level 22. Well, updated the gear to level 21. I don't have a 21 piece on me, so you can follow the current steps that I'm gonna do at 21 as well. It's just that I level so fast, it's hard to stop leveling. I also made those two rings. Level 19 offhand, level 20 main hand from the level 20 class quest. The left side you can make yourself as well. It's just NQ gear. Alright, we got a new ability, Great Strides. It increases the efficiency of next touch by 100%. So it's best to use it when you have the most inner quiet stacks. So save Great Strides for the end of the craft, for your last touch before you finish it. So let's demonstrate it for you a little bit. I'm using the Frumenti food still for that extra 10 CP and more experience gain. And I didn't go through a 40 durability recipe last time, so let's do that now. I also made the macro for level 25 70 durability, which I'm gonna show you right after. Alright, let's do this. Inner quiet first, as usual. Oh nice, we got a tricks of the trade. We can replace one hasty with basic touch now, because we got CP for it. Then ingenuity. Oh sorry, it's waste, do waste not then ingenuity when it's 40 durability, my bad. So inner quiet, waste not, ingenuity. Get that basic synth out of the way, so we're one away from finishing the craft. And then hasty touches. Until 5 durability remaining. So 4 hasty touches. Oh nice, we got a tricks of the trade, which means the next hasty touch we can replace with basic touch to guarantee it's successful. Now we restore our durability with Master's Mend. Okay. Then we have 2 more hasty touches. One of them I can replace with basic touch because we got good condition. Basic touch. Oh nice, I got another tricks of the trade which I can do another basic touch. Awesome. And then still have enough CP left. Oh wow. Another tricks of the trade. Well, I'll take it. So here is how you finish the craft. Now that we got Great Strides. So we do Great Strides. We actually got enough CP to do ingenuity as well because we got so many tricks of the trades. See, this is why manual crafting is better than macro. You utilize tricks of the trade really well. So ingenuity, we have enough CP for it. And then we do standard touch. Oh, we got lucky. We got it under good condition as well. That's gonna be a lot of quality gain. Then we do standard touch. Look at that, 94%. Damn, that is really nice. It's really fun too. Rather than just pressing one macro. But I'm still gonna share a macro with you. Oh, we still AQ'd it! Wow, that's unlucky. Oh well. So that's manual crafting for 40 durability for you. Now let's do the macro that I just created for 40 durability. Link in the description, so you can copy paste it if you're on PC. Links for resources will always be in the video description. There you go. That's the macro. And then I also made one for up to level 25 recipe. Here it is, let's execute it. This one doesn't have great strides. I will utilize great strides for 70 durability later when I also get innovation. For now I'll just... It was just easier to... it's because it ended up being almost the same macro. Because if you want to utilize great strides for 70 durability, you're gonna have durability left over. In my opinion, it's just better to stick with the amount of hasty touches and basic touches for the CP that you have. So there you go, that's the level 25 recipe macro as well. So you can use this macro when you're level 21 and you can do up to level 25 recipes with it. 70 durability. Just make sure you have the gear I showed and you should be good. Once I reach level 26, I will make macros for up to level 30 recipes, and we will also get innovation, which I will utilize in the next macro. Alright, just hit 26, which means we can do the level 30 macro I just created. 70 durability. And it uses innovation. Innovation increases both synthesis and touch efficiency. So you just find certain spots in the rotation to use it. I also use it for the last 2 touches. So one touch uses innovation, and then the last one uses innovation plus great strides, because innovation will have 4 steps. So it will combine with ingenuity and great strides for the most effect. Alright, let's use it. I wanna show you so it doesn't cover the craft window anyway. This one was longer, so it has to be 2 macros. So first you do macro number 1. For 40 durability, just use the old macro. And if for some reason it doesn't finish the craft, just replace 1 touch with basic synthesis and you should be good. It's just a rule of thumb for any macro actually. If you find that your craftsmanship is lower than what I have in the macro craftsmanship requirement, you just replace 1 hasty touch with basic synthesis and you should be good. Okay, that's macro number 1 done. Then macro number 2. As you can see, that touch used both ingenuity and innovation, and then great strides for the last standard touch. So there you go. So you can, as soon as you're level 26, you can use this macro. I upgraded my tool to level 24 one, item level 24. I'm just gonna go through the gear every time I share a macro with you, so you can see what type of gear I have, but you can also see the craftsmanship and control and CP. I'm still using the fermenti food that I buy from the culinarian vendor in the main city. Soon I will upgrade food as well, so we get more CP. Offhand was upgraded too from last time. So there you go. Alright, just hit level 31. And starting from level 31, the 70 durability becomes 80 durability now. So we have 1 extra ability to use. So I made the macro for level 35. So you can start using it as soon as you're 31 and upgraded your gear to to high quality, silver needle, velveteen left side, all at high quality. With the macros and rotation I showed you, I recommend using the rotation. You have a higher chance using HQ materials and utilizing tricks of the trade as I showed you previously. It would be easy for you to HQ this. It was really easy. Silver rings of crafting, wristlet of crafting, silver. The brass choker is unchanged. Horn earrings, and still level 23 offhand. So that's 162 craftsmanship, 170 control, 288 CP using Pea Soup NQ. Pea Soup NQ, which gives 21 CP. You can craft this really easily with your culinarian. Just gather jade peas or just buy them from the market board and craft it yourself. The other materials you can buy from the cooking section of the housing NPC that I showed you. Alright, so now we have food buff up, we have the gear. Let's use the macro. This is level 35. I will also show you the 40 durability macro that I upgraded as well. Since we upgraded gear, macros has to be upgraded too. So here is macro number 1. I love how this macro turned out. It's perfectly calculated. We have 0 CP remaining at the end of the craft. Just see for yourself. Okay, macro number 2. Just like that. Let me show you the 40 durability one as well. Links in the video description, of course. Getting lucky with those hasty touches, 60%. This one was good calculated as well. It was only 4 CP remaining at the end. So there you go. I think we will be able to use these two macros until level 40, but I have to confirm that for myself. Once I get to 36, and I will try these macros on a level 40 recipe and let you know, show you as well. Otherwise, the next ability we get is at level 37. It's name of elements and brand of the elements. I will utilize this once we get to 41. Because like I said, I think 36 to 40, you can use these two same macros here. Alright, so you're gonna also have to HQ items for the class quests. I'm gonna go through this one with you. Now I'm gonna do it with NQ mats, but if you have HQ mats, it makes things really much easier. So in Air Quiet, we got Tricks of the Trade, so we got that CP back. Waste Not. Oh nice, another Tricks of the Trade. And then we do 2 basic synth. 1, 2. This is a level 35 class quest, for the class quest. And then basic touch for this one, because we will end up with 5 at the end of the durability number. Okay. And now Ingenuity. Well, we got a Tricks of the Trade. If we do it, we get the CP back we just spent on Ingenuity. Waste not. Then do one Hasty Touch and Basic Touch. 2 more Basic Touch. We want to be at 100 CP or so left. So Hasty Touch. Another Hasty Touch. And good condition, nice. We do Tricks of the Trade. Okay, Ingenuity, Innovation, Basic Touch, Great Strides. We have 1 stack for using Observe to bait a good or... we didn't get it. And then Standard Touch. 81% from NQ materials. But we got lucky with Tricks of the Trade. So if you want a higher chance, you can just HQ the base materials and they are really easy. If you're having trouble to HQ them from 0 HQ mats. And the class codes give a lot of experience. I recommend doing them all the time. And also they give you tools to get updated with your gear, as well as chest piece, for example. And that's level 36. Now, yeah, that's better than what I'm currently having. No, wait, craftsmanship is lower. Yeah, since the one I have is high quality, it's better than the higher level one I just got. But we did also get a chest piece. The chest piece is better than what I already have, so I'm gonna equip that. And now let's see if the macro still works for level 40 recipes as level 36. Same macro as last time. Okay, macro number 1. I only changed the chest piece from the chest with the chest piece I got from the class quest level 35. Nothing else is changed with the gear from last time I showed it. Okay, macro number 2. Perfect. Even if we didn't upgrade the chest, it would have still worked. So there you go. We can use the same macro until level 45. Well, until level 40, I'm sorry. And then, once we're level 41, I will make a new macro. And I will utilize the name and brand of elements. I should also mention Leve quest for leveling up your crafter. It's really quick. They give insane amount of experience. And I'm level 38 and I'm still doing level 35 one. 25, sorry. Still doing level 25 one and still giving me tons of experience. So just pick whatever Leve quest you want. You feel like the materials are easy for the thing that they want. To craft the thing they want. And just do those. Oh yeah, if you go to your Leve quest, there's a card on the upper right corner. The card determines which type of Leve it is. Some leaves are triple handings. If you wanna save allowances and gain more XP, you have more time on your hands to play the game and you wanna get more out of your allowances, then do those that give you 3 handings per allowance. I'm just doing the single handings because I don't have that much time. I just wanna level up quickly to do the guide for you guys. Bam, look at that XP gain, and this is only the level 25 one I just did. If you hand in HQ, you get double the amount of XP as well. So do your Leve quests. And while I've been doing Grand Company dailies, I've also crafted other stuff to sell using the same rotation I just went through. Look at all of this. This is the sale history. So I've made some decent gil. There we go. I think this retainer sold some stuff as well, like yeah, some Sunstone Choker and stuff like that. Toad Skin Rain. Just look for mostly Crafter and Gatherer gear sells a lot if you HQ them. So just look at your market board in the server and see what's selling best. So you can make some gil while you are leveling up. I heard a lot of people, oh, they say, oh, I don't have any gil to craft, to level crafting, you know. But the thing is, you don't need gil to level up. You make gil while level up if you do it this way, the correct way, I would say. We're already at almost 1 million gil and we don't even have one crafter at 50 yet. Almost at 1 million gil. So the goal for this guide is to reach 50 million by the end of it as well. For Botanist and Miner, once you get to level 35, if you wanna power level them faster, you come to Dragonhead and we can there do Leve's quests for Fieldcraft. Let's see. For Leves, if you see the card on the upper right corner, you can determine what kind of Leve quest it is by the card. But let's just accept both of them and let me show you. Mithril Madness, initiate. You can increase the difficulty. The higher, the better XP you get. This one is the card with the gil with the basket. These ones are my favorite type of gatherer leaves. You see an evaluation on the right side of the screen. So the more evaluation you get, the higher XP bonus. These ones are the best type of gatherer Leve quest that you can do. They give the most experience out of all of them. And to increase your evaluation faster, to make sure you reach the 25% bonus XP, make sure you use Sharp Vision 3 to increase the gathering rate. And to restore GP, you can use Cordials. You can buy Cordials with Grand Company seals, and as a matter of fact, doing these Leve quests themselves sometimes give Cordials, as you can see. So do the Leve quest with a gil with a basket, just so you get more evaluation. Particularly this one I'm doing. But the Botanists got their own as well, so I'm just showing this to you as an example. You may gain levels while gathering materials for your crafting progress, because you also need to gather your own materials, and in that process you will also level up some. But if you really want to push levels, you can just come here and do these leaves. When you get to level 40, you can move to White Brim, which is right here. Leaves of White Brim. Yeah, keep in mind you have to do one quest to unlock the leaves in each zone in Realm Reborn. You just do it with your battle jaw. I'm just gonna show you this as an example. We don't have GP left, so let's use a Cordial for it. So yeah, as these ones with evaluation are the best to do. Try to focus on these type of gatherer leaves. Oh, I should wait for my GP actually, because... Oh no, I already reached the 25%. Doesn't matter, even if I miss all of this. Anything extra than the 160 evaluation is not needed. So. I particularly don't like spamming leaves to level up gatherer classes though, because just gathering materials to make Gil may even be better. Sure, it will be slower to level up, but it's better because you get the materials at the same time, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But anyway, look at this insane XP. Keep in mind though, just to repeat it, I have the road to 70 buff from the new world. That is insane. If we change to botanist, fieldcraft leaves. Now the leaves rotate. Maybe sometimes you have to do one to make another one appear. There are 3 type of leaf quests, but only 2 of them available at one time. So you have to do one for the next one to become available. Just keep that in mind. This is only true for Aral Reborn. Later with Heaven's Ward and later expansions is not the case. You can all of them are available right away. As for Fisher leaves, it's really the best way to level up Fisher, because along the way there are not many fish you can make Gil with, so it's best to just catch fish for leaf quests. Or you can check market board as well, see if they are cheap, buy them and hand them in. That's the fastest way to level Fisher, unfortunately. And if you hand in HQ fish, you get more XP, you get double the XP obviously. I got few ash tunas, HQ. Damn, that was one whole level. Oh, that was challenge log XP as well. So yeah, look up the fish on FF14 angler that you wanna catch for the leaf and go catch it and hand it in for leaves. But before you go fish, check the market board. It may be decent price, so you can just save time and just buy it instead. If you find these fish 1000 per HQ, that's a really good price. Remember we talked about the Grand Company dailies, craft an extra copy to sell? I'm dedicating one retainer just for Grand Company sales and gonna show you throughout the guide how well it's doing. Let's show the sale history for now. Look at that. These are all Grand Company dailies that I made an extra copy of while leveling up. All sold. 400k Gil, give me that. I'm gonna be doing this throughout the whole guide, and I will link in the video description the page where you can see all possible Grand Company hand-ins for every class. So you can, even if you don't have it that day, you can maybe still go for it and craft it to sell it. But always check the market board, because 10% of the possible hand-ins still are cheap for lower level stuff at least. Alright, once you've reached the Grand Company rank, second Flame Lieutenant, which is after the quest that it requires you to do the dungeon Auron Vale, you can ask for promotion and you will get to this rank. And once you get to that rank, you will get a cutscene of unlocking your squadrons. What squadrons are? They are NPC, Grand Company NPCs. that you can train and send to missions, and they will bring back stuff for you at higher levels. But in order to do that, we need to level them up. We need to send them to missions and train them. So talk to this guy. You can recruit squadrons here with these papers. They randomly appear after you do challenge logs. Once you complete certain challenge logs, it can be any challenge log. It's just random when it happens. It will tell you that a new recruit has applied, that you either can accept them or let them go. And this is where you train them, but I haven't got to that yet. So now I need to do challenge logs. So I just done that challenge log, and you see in the chat log a new recruit has arrived. View in enlistment papers. So you go there. You can say question. It doesn't matter. Right now we need anyone we can get. These squadrons are really important later on. Later on at level 50 they will bring you buffs for boosting XP, boosting spirit bond rate, boosting both crafter and gatherer XP, boosting the amount of Grand Company crystals you need. They're basically grade 3 FC buffs. They don't stack with grade 3 FC buffs, but it's another way to have grade 3 FC buffs. Just it's a personal buff though, not an FC. So I highly recommend that you do this along with your crafting and gathering. So here you can wait. I think I need to send missions before I can train. Yeah, I need to do a mission first. I can't train yet. But once you unlock training, you go to that board behind my character, and you can train your squadrons 3 times a day. So for now, just send them to mission. Okay, under timers, Adventurer Squadron complete. This is 1 day later. And they went to level 7, nice. There are 3 different attributes for squadrons. Strength, defense, and the third one is tactics. So each mission requires different types of setups of attributes. Depending on the mission, you wanna train to increase certain ones, but there is balance, and there is, for example, if you increase physical, tactical goes down, so you have to train depending on the mission. Or you can just train for XP, do the balanced one, this option here. Okay, so I think I just finished training the squadrons for the level 40 mission. Yes, there we go. So all of them are level 46. I trained them in a way to get the requirements for physical ability, mental ability, and tactical ability. All of them are blue, as you can see. The mission is bound to success now. So once we clear this level 40 mission, more level 40 missions will be unlocked, and they will give squadron manuals, which are really useful. Alright, it's the next day, and squadrons have come back from a successful mission. And 2 of my squadrons just got chemistry. When this guy got, when 3 or more members are on the same class, there is 50% chance to get Disciple of Hand specific materia. So you will see a bunch of chemistry like that. You just have to find the one that you like, whichever rewards that you like. And now we will have more level 40 missions available that give squadron buffs. There are various buffs for squadron that are the same as the grade 3 FC buffs that last for 2 hours. So this one gives you 15% extra experience for battle jobs. For example, you get 5 of them per level 40 quest. And once you level up to 50, you have the stats, do the level 50 ones. They give 10 of them per quest. You can only do one of these quests per week. So be sure to get the reward that you like, because it's once per week, so balance out which buffs you wanna get. And for the stats, I usually just meet 2 of the stats, not all 3 of them. Even with only 2 of them, the mission can be successful. But at the beginning, until you reach level 50 plus, just get all the stat requirements. But after that, you can just play around. As for the chemistry, you come here, view Squadron roster. You see that arrow where I move the hand? Right there at the left. If it's blue, that means they have a chemistry they can confirm if you want it. So you just go to confirm chemistry and say OK. Because chemistry is reset after every mission. You do get a different chemistry when you take that squadron to a different mission. So I'll just use this until I get something better. I honestly want chemistry to get Gatherer and Crafter scripts. Confirm chemistry. You can also change their class if you need it for certain missions. You just need these books, which you can buy from the Grand Company with Grand Company seals. So just play around with your squadrons, see what chemistries they get, and you should be good. Some of the requirements are stupid, like this one having 3 or more members are of the same class. That's never gonna happen, you know. But this one is good. When an active squadron member, there is 10% chance to receive. Actually, it's not good, it's only 10%. But the requirement is easier, it's not 3 of the same class. You know what I mean. So just try to get a good chemistry for your squadron. Alrighty, just hit level 41 and I made a new macro and updated my gear. So this is when we start to melt CP on our gears, so we can use more abilities in macros or rotations. So you can like do extra basic touches instead of hasty touch. I will post a link in the video description for this gear as well, but I also go through them in the video. You can pause the video if you want. So linen set and mithril accessories with CP melded to them. Also, you can retrieve materia. Once you're done with this gear, you can just retrieve the materia. Just press square or if you're on PC, right click and just choose retrieve materia. If you have followed the guide so far, you should have retrieve materia because we unlocked the materia assimilation together. Alright, food is still the pea soup and Q. So with that we have 221 control and craftsmanship and 345 CP. Let's do the macro. You can do the macro for up to level 45 recipes as level 41 with this gear. Macro number 1. See, we got so many basic touches now because we have the extra CP. Okay, macro number 2. Depending if that hasty touch hits or not, you may hit 80% HQ. And we leveled up and learned Final Appraisal. So Final Appraisal is there so you don't accidentally finish the macro before you are done with working on quality. That's the use for Final Appraisal. So So if you're using a macro and you have the issue of it finishing early because you have high craftsmanship, just shove in final appraisal in the macro before it finishes the craft, in that spot that it finishes the craft, before it finishes the craft. I think this gear will suffice for up to level 50, but I'll level up and check. Oh yeah, before that, that 40 durability macro is still the same. I'm still using the same ones as before. Alright, just hit level 46. Same macro works, we just have to upgrade our main hand and offhand. Main hand to 1000 needles, and offhand to rosewood spinning wheel. And we will have exactly enough craftsmanship to have this macro work. Let's do it. Same macro as last time, we just, as I said, had to update the tools to meet the craftsmanship requirement. So this is level 50 recipe, crafting it as 46. Once you get to level 50, we're not gonna do any macros or anything. We're gonna basically do the Moogle Beasttribe and the new Ishgard restoration to level up, which I will show soon. And done. I forgot to mention as well, on these level 16 gigs Alquas, you get to choose a materia every time you complete them. Just choose crafting materia. Prioritize CP over everything else. Command second and competence third. And we just got to 50 Weaver. We got Byragod's Blessing and Steady. The macro I shared earlier will work until level 43. Just make sure to upgrade your left side gear at level 38 to the linen set. Just all the linen pieces. And you should be good until level 43, which then I'll make an upgrade to the macro. And to even increase your XP gain further while spamming the macros, you can go to the Grand Company NPC and you can get this company issue engineering manual, which increases your experience gained a lot, 100k. So for each craft it gives you a bonus until it caps at 100k XP, which is really helpful. There is one for Gatherer as well if you want to use it. For me, I have the Road to 70 buff. I really don't need these manuals. I mainly spend my Grand Company seals on ventures. Yeah. You do need to be able to be a certain Grand Company rank though to be able to buy the Grade 2 Company issue engineering manuals. Just keep that in mind. Now that we got Weaver to 50, we can now unlock Moogle Beasttribe, which is a crafting Beasttribe giving you insane amount of experience with with level 50 to 60. So once you get any crafter to 50, it's time to dedicate 3 of your daily Beasttribe allowances to Moogle. You need to do 2 quest lines to unlock Moogle. I will link in a video description another video that I made showing all the side quests needed to unlock Moogle to beat this quest right here in the Churning Mists. So if you don't know how to unlock Moogle, check that video out. For Moogle crafts, for the quest, you need crystals. By now, hopefully, you have Miner reached to a level that you can gather crystals. Or Botanist, for that matter, which is level 26. To start gathering crystals. You can also have, obviously, your retainers bring them for you. So that's the best way you have to get crystals for now. Either have a retainer get them or gather it yourself. And luckily for Moogle quest, we don't need that stupid exile gloves, so we can just freely craft it. Insufficient inventory space. I hate that. And just to show you the kinda XP you gain from Moogle Beasttribe quests. So we're Culinarian level 51, right? Halfway to 52. Look at this. Bam! I'm not even in Road to 70 anymore. If you still have Road to 70 buff, that's double that. Imagine that. Per quest. So they really made crafters and gatherers leveling really easy in patch 5.1. As I'm making this video, this part of the video. Bam! So 3 quests, I almost got 3 levels. Well, 2 levels, sorry. It would have been almost 4 levels if there was Road to 70. It's insane. Once you hit level 60 battle job, you can also come here to Ishgard. This content actually they just added today as I'm recording this, which is the 12th of November 2019. The Ishgard Restoration, which is a new content for crafters and gatherers. Amazing for leveling up especially. And with unique rewards in them, like a mount as well. So you just come get that notice, it's a quest. Do the quest. After you do the quest, make sure you talk to all the NPCs that have an exclamation mark as well. Yeah, you talk to the collectible appraiser as well, be sure to do that. And now that will get the new recipes added to your crafting log. And also get you introduced to collectables. Collectables are basically your quality bar turns into collectability. And the higher collectability you have, the more rewards you get, such as XP and scripts. Scripts you can change at the script exchange. There is also script exchange that is different from this in the main cities as well. These are Ishgard rebuilding scripts. These are different. I will show you the other ones as well. So now the recipes got added to our crafting log under Ishgardian Restoration. Now we can do the level 40 recipe and hand them in. Let's check the collectible appraiser here. So for the alloy, this is for blacksmith. Every crafter class have unique recipes for Ishgard Restoration. So nails and alloy we have access to. As you can see, under the rewards, collectability 90 to 149 gives you the lowest amount of reward, and 380 collectability gives you the best reward. And this is a really good way to level up. So you see the max quality is 4100, that means 410 collectability. So you just divide it by 10. Then that is the collectability. Obviously if you have HQ mats, it will help you reach that collectability easier. But I've already shared with you rotations when I was on the other character, because I had to redo the level 1 to 50 rotations and macros. But now that we're level 50, I will make a macro for these once I gather up the materials. For the materials, you just just go to the recipe here, right click or press square, search for item by gathering method, and it will tell you, opens up the gathering log for you, tells you where to gather them. Okay, so the next step for getting gear once you reach level 50, as I mentioned, I recommend doing the Moogle Beasttribe and crafting level 51 40 durability mats to reach level 51. Don't upgrade gear until you reach 51. And then once you reach level 51, you come here to Ishgard, to the armorer, and then purchase Disciples of Hand and Land Gear, level 50. Alright, so I just made the macro for the level 40 Ishgard collectible handings. And here's the gear. I will go through them in the video so you can pause to see the mills. I will also post a Ariala link in the video description. The food I'm using is Bula base. Before you check the materials and go gather, check the price for the food on the market board. It's NQ Bula base. You may find it really cheap on the market board, so you don't have to spend time grinding it. Here it is. It gives 34 CP, or if you find other food that gives around that amount of CP for cheap price as well, that works too. You don't need all the 34 CP from it, because after this macro I have like 9 CP left, I believe. So you can get some food that is like at least 25 CP, so then this macro would work fine. Also, the mithril ingot you can buy from Almaja vendor if you don't want to craft it yourself. Anyway, let's go through the macro. Macro number 1. We also got Byregod's Blessing now at level 50 and Waste Not 2. Byregod's Blessing takes your inner quiet stacks and converts it into quality. All crafters get this ability at 50. So the more inner quiet stacks you have, the more quality it gives. Also depends on your control, of course, control stat. And innovation and ingenuity boosts it as well. And Waste Not 2 is just like Waste Not, but for more turns, for more actions. Okay, macro number 2. Look at Byregod's Blessing. Boom. See that quality gain? And there you go. And we only need 300, I believe, to get the maximum reward for these. No, 380. But still, it gives you really good amount of experience. Look at that. Just look at the XP bar. This is insane. Look how good this is. You should have no issue getting to level 60 quickly. You can literally spam this to get to level 60 and it will be really, really, really quick. So I don't think I'm gonna be making any more macros, to be honest with you. We're just going to spam this until level 60, okay? And then at level 60 we will have a new handing that we can work on. So do this for all your crafter classes now. Do the level 40 hand-in, use this macro and gear that I just shared with you. You may even have something better. Like, I mean, look at this gear. It's totally under-leveled gear. You can like use something better tools for example, and you will get the maximum reward all the time with this macro. So This is piece of cake. This content they just added today is amazing for leveling, as you just see. Wow, I'm amazed actually how much XP that gives. I didn't expect that at all. Really awesome. And it is less work for me as well. On this guide, I don't need to make macros for every 5 levels. We can just use this until level 60. Awesome. Also at level 50 crafter you can come here in Mordona and unlock specialists. So specialists are unlocked. You can make 3 classes specialist. And it's not permanent decision, you can still change it after. I'll show you later how. For example, let's make Carpenter Specialist. Once you do that, you get Soul of the Carpenter, you equip it. And it gives you Craftsmanship, Control and CP plus 15. So you get extra stats that help you. That's actually, I did this after the macro I just showed, so with this extra control may help you reach the required collectability for max rewards as well. The next thing you want to unlock is the Rowena's House of Splendors collectible action. So we can also do collectible for gathering too. Rowena's House of Splendors is accessible now. So this is just like the restoration of Ishgard I just showed you. These are different types of collectibles. You hand it in, you get XP and scripts. And you can exchange the scripts for rewards like materia and gear and materials. And just like Grand Company dailies, they sometimes get a star, which means you get more rewards, bonus scripts and XP. So if you're gonna do collectibles, do the ones with star. Don't do it without star. Unless you're really desperate to level up certain classes. You can see these collectible appraisers and script exchanges in the main cities as well. So you can hand it in there. Right now, for example, they want Old World Fig for Botanist collectible, and the minimum collectability is 240. I'm gonna show you how to get that. Alright, just hit level 51 gathering. So at level 46 you get Truth of the Forests. There will be nodes called Unspoiled nodes that spawn certain time of the day, Eorzean time. You see it says ET at the top left right corner of my screen. That's Eorzean time. So certain nodes spawn at certain Eorzean time. There's a website that you can see all of them. You can just type the name of the item and it will tell you which Eorzean time it spawns. And to reveal them, you need to do Truth of the Forests. And it says you sense a level 50 vegetation patch. And just go towards it. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description for Garland tools. That's where you can find all of them. To know when each of them spawns. There's also legendary nodes. They're just like Unspoiled nodes, but you have to unlock them with folklore books. But I'll show that later. Also, at 50 we unlocked Collector Gloves, the quest I did earlier. So put Collector's Gloves on and we were gonna get, and we go timers, Rowena's House of Splendors. This resets same time as Grand Company dailies, by the way, whether you get star or not. So we have Old World Fig, and this is the node. It spawns at 2 PM and 2 AM and disappears at 4 AM and 4 PM Eorzean time. And make sure you have stealth on so you don't get aggro from enemies. Sneak. It's renamed to sneak. And we have items that increase our collectability. So just like crafting, in gathering we have collectible as well. We have abilities to increase that. So the main ability is Methodical Appraisal, which increases collectability of the item. Utmost Caution, just like crafting have durability, collectible gathering also have durability, so you're limited to how many attempts you can make. So Utmost Caution skips one durability reduction. And Discerning Eye increases the proc of your Methodical Appraisal. And any appraisal really. Instinctual Appraisal is same as Methodical, but it's RNG whether you get multiplication by 0.8%. That's actually, in that case, if you get unlucky and get 0.8 or 0.9, that's worse than Methodical. So if you want to gamble, use Instinctual. But we're not gonna use that. We're just gonna use the regular one. So once you open a node, if you have the collector's gloves on, if you can't collect one item, it will get grayed out. You can't do it. So this one is in the Rhoanna's House of Splendor, so it's not grayed out. We can do it. So we start with Discerning Eye, so we get our Methodical Appraisal power up. And we don't need to do Utmost Caution just yet, because we have enough durability. Well, for gathering, durability is called wear. We have enough wear to hit the collectability that we want, which is 370. So you only need 200 GP for this, so you just do Discerning Eye, Methodical, and then 2 Methodicals. So 3 Methodicals in total. One of them is with Discerning Eye, so we hit enough to get the max reward, which is 370. But we hit 395, it's a little bit over. Actually, collectability even increases a little bit as you gather as well, so you can take that into account. It's usually a random number from 1 to 20, 30 or something. Also, if you hit HQ, if you have high perception, it will also increase it a lot. So there we go. And the gear I'm using is a level 51 left side with level 48 belt. Let me go through them one by one. You can pause the video, see what materia I have in it. So level 48 main hand. The mithrite stuff we bought in Ishgard from the Ishgard vendor. As I said, you can retrieve the materia, so any materia you put in, you won't lose it. You can 100% guaranteed retrieve it. You can 100% guaranteed retrieve up to grade 5 materia. And then grade 6 and above you will have a chance to lose it if you try to retrieve it. But all I've used was grade 3 and grade 4s. You don't need to do these melts, I guess, because we only need 200 GP per rotation, but the gathering stat helps. Just make sure you have around 350 gathering, and you should be good. I'm gonna use this until level 55, and then at level 55 I'm gonna use a new rotation and use a new node to show you. From level 51 and above, I highly recommend that you only do collectible crafting to level up, because you will get yellow scripts at the same time. You're gonna need a lot of yellow scripts to unlock the folklore nodes. If you don't have the folklore books, which you can buy with yellow scripts, you get the yellow scripts with collectible hand-ins for gathering yellow scripts. So by the time you hit level 80, if you have mostly done collectibles to level up, you will have enough yellow scripts to buy all the folklore books. Well, most of them, if not all. See how much XP I can gain? Look at that. 3 of these old dwarfigs are enough to get 1 level. It's insane. And we just got Impulsive Appraisal, which I can explain to you what it does. So you need, Discerning Eye costs 200 GP, right? But with Impulsive Appraisal you have 30% chance to get Discerning Eye for free. So you don't need to use GP, so you can use GP for other stuff. Later example, at level 57 you can use Single Mind instead, which makes you not waste a gathering attempt, so you get one extra item, even more XP than per node. So it's really fun to do collectible gathering. And then later on you get Impulsive Appraisal 2 at level 61, which it's not only 30% chance that you get Discerning Eye, it's even more if you have high perception. So at that point we're gonna melt perception to increase our chances for Discerning Eye procs. So once you've reached level 30 crafters and have done the level 19 main scenario quest, live materia and everything, you can come here in Ulda, right here from Sint-Goth, and you can unlock Desynthesis. What Desynthesis is just breaking down items to get back materials. And there is a skill system for Desynthesis as well. The more skill you have, the higher chance you have for rare items. So if you have gear that you don't need anymore, and instead of discarding it, you just desynth it and get something out of it. You can desynth anything that is desynthable at any level. There is no RNG involved in breaking it anymore. Before patch 5.1 you had a chance to actually break the item and not get anything from it. But it doesn't work like that anymore. You can desynth anything at any time that you don't need anymore. And as you desynth, your skill level goes up. So anything that you find, any gear that you don't want, just desynth it and get your skills up so you can get more rare items. Also be sure to unlock the Vath vendor, the Vath Beasttribe, from the Vath storyteller after you do the Lord of the Hive story quest here in Dravanian Forlands. The vendor have really good materials, like most of the Heavensward stuff. Okay, unlocked. That was a long quest. And then you go to the Vag Stick Peddler, purchase items. We need to rank up first before they appear, unfortunately, but you're leveling battle jobs anyway, right? So you may as well. Once you get to level 55 Gatherer, what I recommend is come to Moogle and purchase field gear and buy the level 55 left side. Dalmaskin hat, vest. For the offhands you can just craft them, or you can also check if you can find them cheap on the market board as well. Actually do that for everything you buy. Before you check the vendor, check the market board. Usually some things are much cheaper than vendor, because people just throw them at the market board. But otherwise, Titanium Scythe and Sledgehammer for level 56 is the ones you wanna craft. Don't worry about HQing them, NQ should be just fine. Alright, it's time to show you the level 56 node. And I'll show you the gear that I got for this. Updated to level 56 left side and tools. And we'll just continue to do collectables to level up gatherers. Light the kidney ore. So first you wanna do Discerning Eye. And then Impulsive Appraisal, hoping to keep your Discerning Eye while getting some collectability as well. We didn't get to keep it, but it's alright. You do one more Discerning Eye, then just go do Methodical Appraisal. One more Discerning Eye, and then another Methodical Appraisal. And you should be at collectability that you want for max XP reward. It's nice if you can use food or use more GP melts to get to 650 GP, so you can use Sharp Vision to get this to 100%, because it's 95% right now. But the thing is, you level so quickly, it's not that worth going so hard on melts and stuff, because you replace gear so quickly. They made leveling so fast now for both gatherers and crafters. Anyways, this is the gear. I'm showing it in the video and Ariella as well in the video description. As you can see, I'm still using really crappy accessories, so if you craft even if it's NQ accessories, you can still get a lot of GP. But I just want to show in the guide that how easy it is. You don't need to go that hard on gear and stuff while leveling up. But if you enjoy being at the top of your stats for each level range, then by all means go ahead. And just to show how much XP you can gain from them, look at that. Wow, level 60 already. Damn, that is insanely a lot of XP. They really have made crafting and gathering XP easier to get. 61 already, oh my god. And 60, oh. There is no excuse not leveling crafting and gathering anymore. So once you are level 56 gatherer, you can also unlock no longer a collectible quest, which is the Aetherial Reduction. It's basically breaking down collectible gatherer materials into crystals and sands. Sands are type of material that you need for master recipes later down the line. There are Heavensward, Stormblood and Shadowbringer sands. Every expansion there is new type of sands, and they will be used for the master recipe. So it's highly important to have Aetherial Reduction. Even if you're just selling the sands to make Gil. And do that quest also. Go West Craftsman to unlock Idleshire's NPCs. And also unlock these quests as well in Mordona. With Talon you can unlock Master Recipes 1 and 2. And from Master Recipe 3 and upwards it's gonna be bought with yellow crafter scripts. And the Gatherer books are bought with yellow Gatherer scripts. As of Shadowbringers. Next expansion is gonna be white scripts, that's gonna be the normal script and so on. So just unlock all of these quests. Do all of these quests that show blue and with a plus. That means you're unlocking new feature of the game. And here is Talon. You can trade a lot of stuff. So you can... Yeah, these are not important. These are just materials. There is master recipes, right? Master crafting tomes. These are the important ones that you gonna unlock. The demi materials you get through Desynthesis, level 25 to level 50 items. Item level 25 to 50 gear Crafter and Gatherer gear drop Fieldcraft Demi Materia 1, and Battle gear drop Battlecraft Demi Materia. So just use Desynth until you get these and unlock the Demi Materia Master Recipes. And then for Master Recipe 1, Master Blacksmith, Leatherworker and so on 1, after you unlock it's staged, like you unlock them in order. You first unlock the Master Carpenter Demi Materia, for example, and then you unlock Master Carpenter 1 with the recipes you get from this, and then with the recipes you get from Master Carpenter 1, you get the items. You need to craft HQ, as you see, to unlock Master Blacksmith 2. And one common material that you're gonna need to unlock Master Goldsmith 2 and so on is gonna be Fieldcraft Demi Materia 3, which is obtained from Desynthing. So the best way that I know of to get Fieldcraft Demi Materia 3s is to come to this vendor here in Ulda, Novelty Gear, and buy the Bridesmaid Sandals, and desynth them. Right now in the server, each Fieldcraft Demi Materia 3 costs 26,000 gil. So check your market board, see if it's cheaper. If you prefer to buy it just from the market board, feel free. But if you wanna try your luck and just desynth these sandals. Also, I do have a desynth guide for Leatherworker. But back then, it was much harder to level Desynth, so maybe that guide is not as relevant. But if you wanna check it out anyway, I'll put it in the video description. There it is. As soon as I hit 70 plus Desynth skill, I started to get one. So once you are at level 56 and you unlock the Ethereal Reduction, now you also have access to Ephemeral Nodes, which is the purpose for the Ethereal Reduction ability. Basically you do Collectable on them, and you do Ethereal Reduction on those, and then you get sands or crystals. It's a way to farm sands and crystals. Just for the sake of showing it to you as example, I'm just gonna quickly get these. Just gonna do 3 or 2 moves. I will do a proper rotation for these and show you in next parts of the video, of the guide. For now I just want to show this as an example, how Ephemeral Nodes work. Each Ephemeral Node are available for 4 hours, 4 Eorzean hours, and then the next one will spawn in a different area. They're always the same spot, but spawn different times throughout the day. So, and to respawn them as long as the node is at the spawning window, for this one is 4 AM to 8 AM. As long as it's in the spawning window, all you need to do is open one node at a pair. Gatherer nodes are in pairs, 3 pairs in each area. You just open one node at a pair, go to another pair, open it, you don't need to gather from it. And the Ephemeral Node will respawn. This is the method of quickly respawning them so that you can gather from them. And sometimes nodes proc that you get gathering attempts +1 or +2. If you're waiting for your GP to replenish, it's a good idea to keep respawning it like I just showed you until you get gathering attempts +1 or +2. So that's the way Ephemeral Nodes best work. I have video guides already for showing the latest sands, the best way to get them. But I'm still have to show you and explain to you in this beginner guide anyway. So there you go. And the Garland Tools website, which I'll link in the video description, that is used for the Unspoiled and Legendary nodes. There is also a tab for Ephemeral Nodes, so if you just click on it, you can see all of Ephemeral Nodes and when they spawn as well, what level they are and so on. Or if you already know which item you want in your gathering log, you just search for it in Garland Tools and it will come up. So there's the Aetherial Reduction unlocked. Now I'm gonna use it on the items we just gathered. Let's add the ability to our hotbar first. Okay. So there's purity. The higher collectability you have on the item, the higher purity. Higher purity yields more crystals and sands. Higher chance for HQ sands. And so on. So that's why we need a proper rotation. These are low purity, I just wanted to show as an example. But later I will show rotations that you can use for higher purity. Hello everyone and welcome back to the beginner's guide. Crafting and gathering to 50 million gil. So now we're level 60 few crafters. The first thing we can unlock is custom deliveries, the first one being Zlowy. As of right now I'm recording this, there are 5 custom deliveries. We will unlock all of them as we go. Custom deliveries are weekly collectables that you do. They give a lot of scripts and XP. So once you unlock it, you go to timers, custom deliveries. You have 12 allowances, so you can do 12 hand-ins. It's 6 hand-ins per NPC. Zlowy 6, and you can do 6 of your choosing of another NPC that we're gonna unlock later. So as you rank up, you know, we're rank 1, max rank is 5. It's 3 items, so 3 Near Eastern antiques, and then we will get to the next rank and we hand in 3 of the next tier. And you can buy the materials here. What I recommend, since we're still low geared, is buy the base material and HQ them yourself. Do 1 muscle memory, inner quiet. If muscle memory finishes the craft, just do final appraisal before you do muscle memory. If you happen to have higher craftsmanship than me, you're gonna need final appraisal. So just do that before muscle memory. Okay, and then inner quiet, and then waste not 2. And then do basic touches till you hit 15 durability left. Then just great strides via God's blessing. And that should be good. I'm still using the same gear as I did when I showed you the Ishgardian macro for level 40 hand-ins last video. I just upgraded the tools to level 55 and level 56 offhand. And once we're level 61, we're gonna upgrade gear again. But for now, just HQ this so you have easier time to hit the max collectability that we need. I'm gonna show you that as well. And for the actual hand-in, we use the HQ material. It will make, as you can see, it you already start with so much quality. Just do muscle memory, inner quiet, waste not 2. Do final appraisal just in case, so you don't finish the craft with this next basic synthesis. Okay, and then work on quality. Just basic touch until 15 durability left, and then great strides via God's blessing. Actually, we're gonna need ingenuity as well for the next basic synthesis. Yeah. We can do that ingenuity earlier as well. Let's use 1 HQ mat, let me show you. So muscle memory, inner quiet. I want you guys to enjoy some manual crafting as well. Don't just copy paste macros. Crafting is not just about copy pasting a macro. It's really fun if you learn the abilities and actually craft. Waste not 2. Let's do the ingenuity early. Well, unless you get good condition, then hit precise touch. because Precise Touch it's just same as Basic Touch, but it gives you 2 inner quiet stacks instead of 1. But you can only use Precise Touch when in good or excellent condition. So if it comes up, use it. Let's do the Ingenuity now and then Basic Synth. So we don't need to do Ingenuity at the end. Okay, and then do the touches now. Okay, Great Strides, Virago's Blessing. Finish it. Now we have 3, we can hand it in. So I recommend doing this, and we're also gonna unlock the new Beasttribe after this. Okay, let's hand these in now. They give decent chunk of experience. Also, these can also get bonus like the Grand Company dailies as well, and Rowena's House of Splendors. So if you get star, you get more stuff, XP and scripts. We got a bunch of yellow crafter scripts as well, which we can use to unlock our master recipe books. Master Recipe 3, start with that because we're gonna need it to craft the things we need to finish level 60 crafter quests. So be sure to unlock all Master Recipe 3 first. Yellow crafter script, exchange master recipes. Do unlock all the ones that are 3. And then we have 3 more deliveries left with Zloe. We can do Coerth and Souvenir. Do it the same way. Coerth and Souvenir is only 1 level higher recipe, so you should be fine doing the same rotation. And next is the unlock quest for Namazu Beasttribe. You need to do a couple of chain quests in Yangsha for this quest to appear. I will link in the video description my video where I showed all the quests required to unlock Namazu Beasttribe, to unlock this one. It's just like Moogles. There is one addition as well. You can level gatherers with it. Watch this insane XP gain from Namazu Beasttribes. That's 63. Almost a half XP bar. So 3 quests to get from 63 to 64. So now that we are 63, we're gonna upgrade our gear, and I'm gonna make a macro for the Ishgardian handings. We can also unlock another custom delivery in Ralgar's Reach after you unlock Zloe. I will link in the video description a page where it goes into detail everything you need to unlock all of the custom deliveries. So check that out. Alright, once you get to level 63 crafters, you can either make the gear or buy it here in the Kugane market. The armorer sells the left side, and there is also tool supplier here as well that sells all the tools for both fieldcraft and tradecraft. However, I found it's cheaper to buy the materials and craft it yourself, so be on a lookout for that. Also, be sure to check the culinarian out. We wanna use this food for crafters. Tempura platter, yes, this is the food we will be using for the next macro. And for gatherers, this food, Gamini. I will also show you a new gathering collectability rotation. Alright, so here is our gear. and the melts. I will go through them one by one. You can either pause the video as usual or check in the video description for Ariala link. Just only melted CP so that we will have enough CP for the macro. Accessories you can't buy, by the way, you have to craft it yourself. Get the mats or buy the mats from the market board. In Tuntania server the materials were pretty cheap to just buy it, to save time. Alright, so this is our gear, and yes, use the N-Cube Tempura Platter. Now our stats are 848 Craftsmanship, 752 Control, and 446 CP. Just updated Gatherer gear as well. I'll go through the gear, just like the crafters. So basically, with food I will reach 650 GP, which is the base amount of GP we need for the rotation. And from now on you will be using the same rotation until level 80 pretty much. The only thing that's gonna change until level 80 is that you keep updating your gear so you have enough gathering to hit 100% gathering rate and to hit the collectability cap when you hit methodical appraisal or impulsive appraisal 2. For impulsive appraisal 2 the cap is 102 collectability without buff, without discerning eye, and for methodical appraisal the cap is 115 without discerning eye. So just keep that in mind. That's the base thing you're gonna be worried about for the rest of the leveling until 80. So keep updating your gear and just do collectables until you reach level 80 so that you also get yellow scripts to buy the folklore books as mentioned. And only hand it in if it's star. See, I have a star right now. Yesterday I was getting these, but it wasn't a star, so I didn't hand in. I waited until next reset. On this window, right corner, if you look down, bottom right corner, it says time remaining 5 hours 44 minutes. That's the time remaining until next reset. Then the star may disappear. And items do change for most of the classes as well. Alright, so we have a node. Let me show you the rotation here. It's gonna be the same rotation until level 80. All you need to do though is make sure to hit the cap for methodical and impulsive appraisal amount, so that you get enough collectability to be able to hand it in. That's all there is to it, really simple. And with these melts, I forgot to show you the gathering, but I just used the NQ food I showed you where to buy from Kugane. Anyway, we do impulsive appraisal too, hoping for discerning eye. If you're not gathering sands, one discerning eye is enough. Do it again. We got discerning eye, nice. Then you do single mind, utmost caution, another impulsive. If you get 2 discerning eyes, that's better, you get more collectability, which I just did, nice. If not, then you can still hand it in for a huge XP anyway, and scripts. So, single mind and methodical appraisal again. And then use sharp vision to get 200% gathering rate and gather. So if you don't get impulsive discerning eye procs from impulsive appraisal, you just replace the single minds I did with discerning eye manually. You just do discerning eye manually. You need at least 1 discerning eye. So with 650 GP you can fit in at least 1 single mind and 1 discerning eye if you don't get it from proc. If you get it from proc, you just do 2 single minds so you get 1 extra item. Really simple rotation once you analyze the abilities. And here's the stats: 790 gathering, 785 perception. I'm gonna update gear at level 67 maybe, if I don't meet the cap for methodical. Methodical it was 115 and impulsive was 102. Otherwise, I'll keep using this gear until 70 and then update gear so that I can reach the cap. Okay, let's do the macro for level 60. Just keep in mind, you need to have this gear that I showed. Ishgard 60 part 1, this is the macro. Macro number 1. Also, if you find that you have high craftsmanship and you finish the craft right away with the first muscle memory, just add final appraisal at the beginning of the macro, like before the muscle memory. Just add final appraisal. It's this action right here, level 42 action. It makes so you don't finish the craft with one muscle memory if you have too high craftsmanship. Just have it as rule of thumb for the future as well when you use my macros. If you finish it, if you have higher craftsmanship than me, just be sure to use that to be safe. Okay, macro number 2. And with these stats at level 63, we get enough collectability to get the rewards. Exactly enough CP as well. 1258. How much do we need? Let's check. 1319. 1320 for the final best reward. So we're almost at the best reward. So if you upgrade gear a little bit, for example at level 65, update your gear to get more control, or basically meld more control or craft your gear in high quality so you get more control. I'm using NQ gear just to simplify it for you guys. I just want to make it easier for you and not rely on high quality gear and just go by with NQ gear because leveling is so fast anyway. Let's do the macro again. But yeah, if you wanna get the maximum reward, either craft manually, don't use macro, or just craft HQ gear. Craft the same gear as I showed you, just make it HQ for more control. You can also use T, Craftsman Command T, which increases your control a little bit. There's also FC buff to increase control. So if you wanna experiment around with that, feel free to do so. It's a bit fun as well. So there you go, we will be doing this and Namazu Beasttribe and custom deliveries until level 73. And then at level 73 we will craft level 72 and 3 set, same way we did, and make a macro for the level 70 Ishgard hand-in. So I will see you for that later. Let's hand it in just to show you the XP. So almost 4 of these would be enough to get you to 64. So then 64 to 65 you hand in 4 of them and it will be enough, and so on. While you're leveling, it's really easy to neglect your class quests. Be sure to not forget them, because at level 65 we get manipulation, which we will use for the next macro at level 73. So be sure to do all your class quests. And when you do your class quests, be sure to make 1 extra copy of everything they require to sell it. It's a really great way to make gil. Like this Chivalric doublet is for the level 60 Weaver quest, for example. And I made extra copies to sell it. Look, it's been selling so good. I already sold 4 of them in 2 days. And other things with the Carpenter hand-ins, as you can see in the sale history. And keep selling your Grand Company dailies as well. These are the ones I've been selling, as you can see. All Grand Company hand-ins. while you are on your journey to level up, this is your main way to level up. And as usual, I'll put the link in the video description where it tells you all possible Grand Company hand-ins for every level range. Give me that over 1 million gil I easily made, just making extra what I needed. Thank you. Watch this XP and script game. Bam. Oof. This is how you should be leveling Miner. And every 2 levels there will be a new collectible. So the star, if you already had a star, it will go to the new item. Keep that in mind. Just use Garland Bell that I link in the video description. Hello everyone, so after patch 5.2 I have to remake the level 70 Ishgard macro. First of all, be sure you hit level 71 first. Leveling is so fast, that shouldn't be a problem. Just craft few materials and you should be there. And after that, you can get this left side from vendor, level 71, and melt them this way. I will go through the melts. You can pause the video if you want. Nothing too important, just guaranteed slots. But be sure to copy the melts exactly. Those craftsmanship, for example, are needed. But it's just guaranteed slots, no over melts at all. Except for, yeah, bracelets. It's just grade 1 CP, nothing that major. If grade 1 CP is expensive, you can do grade 3. Those are usually cheap. Alright. Just make sure you have enough CP, whether it be from these melts or food. And this exact craftsmanship is needed. 1508 craftsmanship and 1328 control. And I'm using NQ tempura platter as food. These stats are with food. And 532 CP. I'm using NQ tempura platter, which you can buy from Kugane Culinarian Vendor, Kugane Markets, as I showed in my beginner's guide. And let's go. Level 70 Ishgard restoration. This won't work if you're level 70. You need to at least level to 71, as I said, so you can also equip the gear. And a single button macro, which gives you maximum collectability for max rewards as well. As long as Byragod's Blessing isn't on poor condition, which happens 1 in a 200 crafts or even more. Unless you're really unlucky, shouldn't happen to you. Great strides, Byragod. Almost 100%, but enough. So there you go, really simple. No HQ food needed, no major overmelts needed, no HQ gear needed. Oh yeah, I'm using NQ left side and tools. You can make up for the craftsmanship melts here if you don't want to do these melts with just crafting it HQ instead, HQ left side if you want. But I wanted to make it simple for people who just want to buy the NQ gear from vendor instead, if they don't have the resources. There you go. And if you craft HQ gear, you will also hit 100% every time with the macro. 100% collectability. So there you go. Hope you found it helpful. So yeah, this is what we are gonna be doing until level 80. There is also the Crystarium hand-ins. And still you can do custom deliveries every week for more XP. As well as Grand Company dailies still. Those are also still an option. Namazu is not an option after 70. Look how much XP this gives though. That is insane. So if you're watching this video when there's patch 5.3. If you're watching this video in the future, there will be a new Beasttribe for crafters. You can also do that to level to 80. There are so many options, it's so easy to level up, it's insane now. It's actually the reason why I don't bother with HQ gear for this guide, because you level so fast, it's not worth crafting HQ. And speaking of materia, you can retrieve grade 6 materia 100% of the time, so it shouldn't be an issue. Also visit other servers in your data center to see if materia are cheaper there before you buy them. Or you can also get them yourself with yellow scripts when you do custom deliveries and collectables. So once you've done the level 73 trials in the story, I'm not gonna mention it because spoilers reason. After the trials is completed, you complete the main story quest and there will be this quest, the crystalline mean. At level, you need to be level 70 crafter or gatherer to do it. These basically replace your class quests for crafters and gatherers. There is one for fisher, one for miner and botanist, and 3 for all of the 8 crafter classes. So you have to choose which crafter class to do it as. So for example, one of them is leatherworker and carpenter included. So you have to pick one, you can't do it for both. They give insane amount of experience if you hand in HQ. And I'm gonna show you me doing the crafts so you can follow the rotation. I mean, you can just ignore this and just level with the Ishgard hand-ins, but this is also give you materia and it's story related as well. So each facet is different. This one is for miner and botanist, this facet. This one, Lola, is for blacksmith, armorer, goldsmith. Frithrik is for fisher. And Bethrik is for alchemist, culinarian. And Theuna is for weaver, leatherworker and carpenter. I highly recommend that you pick up weaver or leatherworker because those are the rarest materials. Not rarest, but you know, more annoying materials. So you just talk to them and they require items to hand in. You get a lot of yellow scripts as well. It will help you unlock all of the master recipes as well, just like custom deliveries. So I highly recommend to do it. I will show you a rotation soon. Alright, this facet is unlocked. I'm choosing Weaver to do this for this facet one. So under story recipes, there is Crystarium Deliveries. This one is level 70. Alright, we start with Reflect. This one is easy because we're already 74 from doing those few Ishgard hand-ins. Once you do Reflect, do Manipulation. And then Innovation. And do like 5 or 6 Prudent Touches, it should be enough. And then Bairagot's Great Strides, Bairagot's Blessing. And just spam Careful Sense to finish the craft. HQ. Easy peasy, we just need one more. It's quick anyway. The next one is level 73 and so on. 5 crafts, just like class quests from 60 to 70. These ones are giving a lot of yellow scripts as well, which is good. So let's hand it in. There is all of them. Over 9 million XP. That will get me 594 yellow scripts as well. Deliver. Ooh, level 75, and they give you also manuals, crafting manuals to use, which increases your XP when you craft. Esteem level increased. So now we can do the next delivery. Well, there's a couple dialogues and story in between as well. Feel free to pay attention to it if you are interested. The next one is this one. I'm gonna show you that as well. Alright, pretty much the same rotation. Reflect. Innovation. Sorry, manipulation, and then innovation. Prudent touches. Great strides by God's blessing. Careful synthesis. I'm almost to level 76 doing this, including the materials that I needed. Now you level so fast, it's so insane. That's all of them. 720 yellow scripts. Almost 14 million experience. So do this for all your crafters. Well, all facets. Choose one crafter of your pick, whichever you like for each facet. And now for the level 75 craft, we also just learned Delicate Synthesis, which is a really broken ability. It increases both quality and progress with only 32 CP cost. I'm using the same gear as I did when I showed you the Ishgard hand-in macro, and I showed the gear. Still using the Blood Bullet base NQ, of course. So the rotation changes slightly. Reflect still is the same. Manipulation, innovation, 5 delicate synthesis, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 is enough. 4 is really enough. Then great strides, by God's blessing, careful synthesis, 1 or 2. 1 or 2 careful synthesis. You can make this, it's a really short rotation, so you can just make it a macro yourself if you want. These are not many crafts, it's just like 4 facets, 3 or 4 facets that need the same, so it's... For me, it's not worth the hassle making a macro, because you're not gonna do this for too long. There is this as well. Same difficulty of recipe. It's gonna need it for a quest coming after I hand in these. 800 yellow scripts and almost 18 million XP. I need to spend some yellow scripts, I almost capped. There are script exchanges around the area, but you can't use them because I haven't done the Shadowbringer story. So be sure to do the story while you're leveling your crafters as well. Alright, now that we have free space for yellow scripts, let's hand it in. Now we are level 77. You also get grade 6 materia for doing these as well. Also, I wanna mention the reusability. So when you reach 100% quality bar, there's around 30% chance reuse will proc. So if it procs and you have enough CP for it, you can use it. You will get one of the materials back that you use for the craft. What material you get back is fixed for each recipe. Each recipe, the game developers just put one of the materials that you use. It's not up to you or up to RNG. It's just one type of material. Usually it's the top material, but it's not always the case. Alright, level 78 one. Pretty much the same rotation. Reflect. Manipulation. Innovation. 5 delicate synthesis. And then Great Strides by the God's Blessing. Still CP left over. Look at that XP gain, damn. What? We're level 79, one more level to go. And to get to level 80, I'm doing the Grand Company dailies, as I've recommended doing Grand Company dailies since the beginning of the guide. And look at this. Almost 29 million XP. This is insane. Ooh. Now I just need few crafts and I'm level 80. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Beginner's Crafting and Gathering Guide. Level 1 to 80 and then to 50 million gil. Alright, so once we hit level 80 on your gatherers, come to the script exchange. As I recommended, you should level up while doing collectables so you get yellow scripts. And go to yellow, sorry, that was Crafter. Go to Gatherer, Script Exchange, Yellow Gatherer Exchange. And this is the one you need to buy. Original Folklore Trade Token. So you buy these. You need 120 of these total. And then you come to this NPC in Yulmore. The Splendors vendor, Fieldcraft items. Here you can unlock the Folklore nodes for your gatherers, for Shadowbringers. Go to Gathering Log, Original Folklore. I haven't unlocked the Miner one yet, but if you go to the Botanist, I already unlocked that one. You can see all the nodes. For the whole Shadowbringers, every new node, every new patch will be added to this section. So once you unlock the book, then you don't need to worry about anything. So be sure to do that before we do the next step, because you're gonna need to gather your own materials. The folklore materials, you're gonna need those for the recipes we're gonna do next. You can buy them from the market board, but why get ripped off? Why not gather it yourself if you have the time? So using the macros I showed in the previous video, I also crafted the gatherer set. And I melded it just enough so we are able to gather our own materials instead of buying them from the market board for expensive. I didn't meld the left side gear because we're going to replace it with a higher item level gear, the facet set. But the tools I only melded GP. And here are the accessory melts. I will also put the link to these melts in the video description. Just until you are able to craft the left side, which we will do in a bit. So just melded the accessories because these will be used in patch 5.2. And as of right now I'm recording this video, we're 1 week away from 5.2, which means, yeah. Updated guide for later gear will obviously be featured in my channel, so keep an eye out. If you're watching this from the future, just know I have updated guides for every time new gear comes out, so yeah. And just the rotation that I used to gather, I just use Blessed Harvest 2 and then Pick Clean, and that's it, just gather. Hello everyone, and here we go again. So they changed crafting again in patch 5.2. I need to redo the part where I just hit level 80. So this part I will redo and then crafting the facet gear. So we just hit level 80, fresh level 80. We're still using the level 61, sorry, the level 71 set. I just changed the melts a little bit. I'm going through them in the video. I will also link in the description, Ariala link. You can pause the video to copy the melts. No over melts at all, just only guaranteed slots, so it's really cheap. And plus you can retrieve the materia and use it for different gear later after you're done with this set. Just right click or press square and retrieve materia. Since patch 5.2 they also added extract materia. I also have a new guide for this. I will link in the video description. Alright, there's the off tool. And food, I'm using HQ Bulla Base, Blood Bulla Base. You should be able to craft it at this level just fine. If you can't do HQ, why wouldn't you? It's so easy. But anyway, if you can't, you can buy these NQ from Crystarium, in the Crystarium vendors in the market. And instead, the extra CP you're missing from HQ you can overmelt on one of the accessories, or instead of one of these command materias, so that you have enough CP for this rotation. You can also, actually, now that I think of it, you can also yeah, we can change this to basic synthesis. That saves 7 CP. Actually, you can just use the NQ Blood Bulla Base if you want. Alright, so let's do the macro. Now we have enough stats to craft a level 80 Dwarven set. Craft both for crafters and gatherers. Here's macro number 1. Ignore what my macro name is. I just copied the 3-star macro and changed it a little bit. So with these macros you should be able to craft your own level 80 set, item level 430. And then after that I will show you a different macro to craft the facet gear. They didn't change as much as last time this time. It's just ingenuity instead of veneration now. Sorry, veneration instead of ingenuity. They removed ingenuity, added veneration. So basically you're just replacing ingenuity with veneration with the old macros, and it should still work. Well, veneration only have 4 steps instead of 5, so if we were popping ingenuity before innovation, now instead we do innovation before ingenuity. So you do innovation and then veneration, so that you get more stacks from veneration, which is more important, so you hit the progress requirement as the macro suggests here. So there you go. Just be sure to craft a level 80 set, Dwarven set with this macro, and then we will move on to the next one. Alright, just crafted and melded the I level 430 set, the Dwarven set. So let's see. I'm going through the gear as usual so you can see the melts. Only over melded the belt and accessories because the other pieces we are replacing with facet in a minute. But accessories is worth going for the overmelt because we are using this until patch 5.3. That is if you are using this guide while we're still in patch 5.2. If you're watching this in the future in 5.3, I'm making a new guide for that, fresh level 80 to 5.3 gear. So if you're watching this and 5.3 is already there, you should be using that guide instead, which I'll link in the video description here once I make it. Alright, so let's make the facet set. We have a macro for it as well. We can use NQ mats, we don't need HQ mats. Food as usual, using HQ Blood Bulla Base. This time you should be using HQ, I think. This time you can't get away with NQ. Maybe you can, I haven't tested it actually. Anyways, let's see macro number 1 here. Again, ignore the macro name because I'm using the 3-star macro actually. So I didn't even change the 3-star macro for this one. It's the exact same one. Works just fine. So once you crafted the facet left side and melded them a bit, at least CP wise, you can use this macro. Oh, we got lag spike. We got lag spike. So if you get a lag spike, just stop the macro and continue manually. So where are we? We are in the last 2 delicate synthesis on macro number 1. So let's do those manually. Delicate. Delicate. Okay. Now we can use macro number 2. So watch out for server lag when you're using a macro. Just use any other macro. It can be a text macro to stop it and continue where the macro left off when the lag started happening. Well, from NQ mats it's 92%, but once you craft your first facet piece HQ, you can equip it and then it will hit 100% after that. It only takes the first piece. I already have it crafted since I already made this guide. I'm just going back to remake it because of the changes. So I already have a facet chest. Anyway, now I can show you the macro again after I equip the better chest piece. Okay, use the macros. Macro number 1. Well, just to be sure you hit 100%. When you craft your chest piece, just use HQ mats, I guess, to ensure you hit 100%, if you want. Because yeah, once you make that chest piece, then 100% is easy. Using this macro. Well, it's still 92% actually, but it might take the pants and headpiece and so on to get to that point, so you can 100% it. Yeah. Let's do the pants, crafting pants. If you can use HQ sands, that will ensure it will 100%. And I will link my sand video in the video description so you can get your own sands. And HQ sands are really easy to get anyway. Let me show you the macro again just to be sure. This is all from NQ mats anyway. So after this, we're basically done with the guide. It's just a 50 million gil part, which I may already have done as well, because when patch 5.2 came out, I had a pre-order to craft a set of the craftable battle gear for raiding, for savage raiding, and he paid me 20 million for that piece, but that's only day 1 prices. Now the prices have dropped. That was Byragod's blessing on poor condition. That's horrible. That happens 1 in like 200 crafts or so. Still HQ. So now we equip the pants I made, the facet pants, which I already melded as well, because I already done this guide as I said. Now it should 100% with NQ mats, if Byragod's doesn't happen on poor condition at least. So yeah, I already made the 50 million gil. I have 15 million on me right now, and I think my retainer has the other 35 million. So the guide is over basically. If you wanna make Gil keep doing these, sell these facet sets. You can also sell 3-star food, because raiders want food and potions. You can sell grade 3 and grade 2 tinctures as well. They always sell. But I will also show you my sale history, what I've been selling. $94%, because I got a poor condition, that's why. Alright. That was all. None of it was under 90%. That was only in Qmats as well. So this retainer, these two retainers together have made 32 million. And I've made the rest, and I have the rest on me. Let me show you my sale history. So I've been selling the facet gear, as you can see, and I've been also selling 3-star craftable battle gear, the new ones that came out in patch 5.2. So keep selling those to make the 50 million. Okay, and the other retainer. Same thing, facet set and the craftable battle gear. Alright, so the guide is basically over. I hope you really found it useful, and the next guide, as I said, will be in patch 5.3. It will be kinda a spin-off to this guide. It will be fresh level 80 to 5.3 crafter gear. The shortest way possible, the cheapest and shortest route possible. I will go from fresh level 80 to 5.3 gear once 5.3 comes out. So be on a lookout for this guide if you're watching this in the future when 5.3 exists. So thank you so much for watching. If you like to support my guides and my content, you can do that on Patreon. You also get early access to these guides. So if this guide came out today, it's already been existing on Patreon for a month at least. Just my way to say thanks for my supporters. They get early access to the guides. Thank you so much for all the support, really appreciate it. And please be sure to like, favorite, subscribe and share if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Until the next guide, take care and bye bye. Bye from Irina as well.